Today I'm going to share with you the 4 main lessons that I learned in making 30 screencast videos in 30 days. Let's get started. Hi there, Paul from Democast Media, helping you demonstrate your ideas with ease. On this channel, I talk about the art and science of making better screencast videos. Please make sure to subscribe to stay up to date to the latest tutorials and software demos that I make, and leave your feedback in the comments below. So this is a wrap-up video from my latest 30-day challenge, and I learned a heap from doing that. I would recommend it to anyone that's trying to make progress and to build up their portfolio quickly, especially if you've struggled with analysis paralysis or perfectionism, which I've struggled with all my life. I have to continue working on that. So here are my 4 lessons as 4 main categories. I did learn a lot from this, but I've had to summarize it. The first one was deadlines crush paralysis. And this just reminded me that as humans, unless we schedule something in, nothing gets done. In fact, deadlines are a massive motivator for getting anything done, really. And look, I have to admit it, for myself personally, I had already published a video before this challenge, but it was only a 3 minutes clip on how to make a radial gradient in PowerPoint. I spent between 4 to 6 weeks in making that thing. It turned into a TV commercial because I was so caught up in production values and making it look perfect, and the timing and the music, and it was over the top. Now, the thing is, I soon realized that if I didn't cut down my production time, I was going to take forever in building up any kind of a portfolio. So by setting myself this quick challenge, not only did it teach me that I could actually produce more in less time, it has given me a new lease on life and confidence and new skills. So I would highly recommend you put yourself to task, give yourself a hard deadline, and whatever the video looks like, it is not the most important thing to worry about, but just stick to a deadline. And this leads to the second lesson that I got. Add value first, and specifically content value. So as I was alluding to before, that production value was my main concern in making these videos. And that's a natural fear that I think people have when they first start out. They want to make sure they look really good and have to get the most expensive equipment to make up for other things, perhaps. But what I quickly found out is what you really should be focusing on is adding content value. What does that mean? Well, when you're focusing on adding value, you're thinking about and asking yourself these kinds of questions. Who is my audience? What are their pain points, their challenges, their aspirations, their goals? How does my content solve their problems? What am I seeking to achieve with this video? What would I like my audience to do as a result of watching this? What results am I seeking for my audience to achieve? What transformation do I want my audience to experience? So these and many other audience-centric questions you want to be asking yourself. And that way, over time, you will be making things of value. You'll be answering people's questions. You'll be making life easier for them, or you'll be entertaining them as you educate. And actually, that's a really important element there. Otherwise, your production value will stop you, will just be an excuse to stop you and limit you moving forward. So the third step, or the third lesson that I was reinforced to me, was that feedback really is the breakfast of champions. And that is a saying that my old boss used to tell us in our team. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. If you want performance to improve, you've got to have more feedback with the team or the individual. And one of the smart things that I did was to enroll my family into this, and I would send them an email every time I completed a video for accountability. But then I would get specific feedback, and I would be told when things worked and when it didn't. And so that really helped me to change the way I was doing things and to help me center on what was really important. And that was one of the reasons why I was able to improve my skills over a short period of time, because my audience, in this case my family, were telling me what mattered and what didn't. So make sure that you also get a group of people who will give you honest feedback. My wife gave me lots of feedback, which I incorporated into those videos and made it a lot better. So do the same. And the last point was planning drives consistency. And if you are struggling with consistently putting out content like I was, like it's taken me forever to get to this point, you have to have a plan of some kind. So what I did to help me out was, a week before I started this challenge, I wrote down as many ideas as possible to think ahead what topics I could cover. And some of those ideas, I didn't know how to do them yet, but I knew that I could learn them in time to make a video. And I did that up until the very end, and I learnt new things that along the way. I just started picking things up along the way, which will help me moving forward. So I would recommend you do the same. Set yourself a production schedule. Write down a list of all the things that you could do that solve your audience's problems, or helps them meet their goals. And you could do a monthly theme. You could do a weekly topic. Whatever schedule you choose to follow, have that plan in advance, and that will help you meet your goals, as well as other things like batch recording and then drip feeding that out. Whatever you choose to do, have a plan in advance. So just to recap, those 4 lessons are: number 1, deadlines crush paralysis, or really deadlines drive action. Number 2, add content value first. Number 3, feedback really is the breakfast of champions. And number 4, planning drives consistency. So what can you expect from me now moving forward? I will be producing something once a week, at least once a week, relating to screencasting. And I'd love to hear your feedback below. In fact, my question for you is this. Have you ever undertaken a 30-day challenge for yourself? And it doesn't have to be in making videos. It could be any aspect of your life. What did you learn from that? What results did you achieve? I'd love to hear from you. Leave your comments below and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with these videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.